You know, oh, there's yarn. Oh, I'm crushing my blinds. You're precariously balanced on a lot of objects, and I really thought that that was about to go down. Okay. Hey guys, what is up? It's finally time for my most anticipated video, and by most anticipated, I mean most anticipated by myself. Some of you guys might have given me coordinates on Facebook or Instagram because I asked for them, which apparently was the most confusing question in the world. I thought I was pretty straightforward with it. A lot of people were confused. After a while, I did get a good amount of coordinates here, so without further ado, I'm just gonna get into it. Quick backstory on this. This is officially the Flip the Page challenge. I believe it was created by Jessie the Reader. I saw Poland Bananas Books do it, and then she did it based off his, and then I went and watched his, and it was all super fun, and so I was like, I have to do that because I have a lot of books. Also, it reminded me of the game M.A.S.H, and I don't know if this is a common game or not. M.A.S.H is basically where you have a bunch of options for a scenario and you end up getting your fortune told or something like that. So in this case, the Flip the Page challenge, you committed a murder or something, I think. I should have really read the backstory more. They had a backstory, like they had a whole story. I'm just going off what I kind of understand of it. I think I killed somebody and now I'm going into the witness protection program, and your coordinates are gonna help me come up with my story. So, the first coordinate, let's start. All right, so the first coordinate is 317, 354. So, this book is my most recent one. It's actually the next one I'm supposed to be reading. It's Verity by Colleen Hoover, and I'm so excited to read it because I am in love with Colleen Hoover's writing, and I don't have any of her books here today because I think I left that box at home. It was killing me, so I ordered this for a Christmas present to myself. I'm worried about getting spoiled, but you know, it doesn't even have that page number. That's good. You know what? I'm gonna take that as a sign that we're just gonna put this one back. We're gonna skip to the next one over. And it's still a Colleen Hoover book, which means it probably won't have 374 pages either. Nope. I made the page numbers thing too high. I mean, it's meant to be. This one has 1 billion pages, so it will definitely have a page 374, I think. 354. The first thing is my name. So the first name that I see on this page is going to be my new name. For a second, I thought it was gonna be Jamie, and I thought it was gonna be super cool, but it's actually Horrocks. Horrocks. My next coordinate will be leading me to where I will be living. Please be a good one. So 426, 375. Oh, there's not gonna be 26 books on the shelf. Shit. Oh no. Why did I pick 27? I'm just gonna take that as like the last book on the shelf. Okay, so since I haven't read this one, I'm definitely gonna go with this one. Well, I should have known immediately, since it was on my 4th shelf, that I was probably in for a really cool place to live, because that's like my favorite shelf. Well, not really my favorites, because there's too many for that for one shelf. It's like my main ones, you know. My new home is going to be in Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas, which is one of my favorite series ever. 375. The first place that I see is where I will be moving. There's no place on that page, so I'm just gonna flip the page and see what happens. Westfall Keep. Awesome. Okay, cool. Not ideal, but I will take it. My new name is Horrocks, and I will be moving to Westfall Keep. Next, we will be looking for my new occupation. Funny story. Well, with those two shelves up there, they're pushed forward. So I thought there was another layer behind the second shelf. There is another layer behind the first shelf, which you guys will see what I mean in a bit, but there isn't one behind there. So if you did a 2 and then a second digit, I just won't be using the second digit. So 2, 13, 420. Okay. For my occupation, I am going to be looking in Insurgent by Veronica Roth, simulation transmitters. My name is Horrocks, and I'm in Westfall Keep giving people simulation transmitters and helping out the Divergent. So, was that a spoiler? Next. Ooh, my lover's name, and that's gonna be 3, 14, 42. To get my lover's name, we are going inside of the Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey, and that's an awesome series too. Page 42. So the first name is, okay, well, it's Cassie. Dance break.
Hey Google, volume down. Thanks, Beach.
Anyways, my name is Horrocks. I live in Westfall. My occupation is... I need to write this down. Should I be writing this down? I should be writing this down. Okay. Administer, that's the word I was thinking of. So I administer the simulation transmitters, and my lover is Cassie. The next coordinate is going to be my first dialogue with my lover at 3:19 to 40.
I really don't want to do this one.
I have to look at dialogue too. Oh, okay, I love it. So I just found my first dialogue to my lover Cassie, and it was, "I'm not on the pill."
Hey baby, I'm not on the pill. What you think?
Only have 39 minutes left of filming, and I need something. Get out. My first dialogue with my lover Cassie. My first dialogue with my lover Cassie is, "I am not on the pill." For the love of hooey gooey, I hope I don't get that book again. Coordinate number 6. I want to propose to Cassie, but I am broke, so I have to propose with an item. The next coordinate is going to lead me to said item at shelf number 4, book number 12. We've got Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This again is, I mean, you saw I was on shelf number 4, so it's one of my faves. Full 28. Oh, I highlighted something. Let's look at it. I think you cannot root out love entirely. I think where there has been love, there will always be embers, as the remains of a bonfire outlast the flame. That was really cheesy, Destiny. Okay, moving on. The object that I will be proposing with is... First object, arguably, is the Institute. But for shits and giggles, because we are here for shits and giggles. The second object, which was not a place, technically, was Tire. So, we're gonna go with Tire. I proposed with a tire, which kudos for me because it is ring-shaped, you know? Next, we will be looking for the first dialogue of my wedding vows. 1/1/25/34. My first shelf does actually have 2 layers. So the front layer is 1 and then the back layer is 2. So there's only 22, but that I think just means I can go back to the back one, 22, 23, 24, 25. The first dialogue of my wedding vows is going to be from Paper Towns by John Green. It's going to be on page 343, which this one doesn't have. I can't just weed out the week coordinates because I didn't even get enough, I think, to answer all of the questions. A lot of people were like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know how else to explain it. But I did highlight something in this book. God, I'm a cheesy fuck, man. So this one, it says, you look up at all the balloons in the sky and you can see all of the balloons. You cannot see any one. Alright, so I don't know what to do about that because I don't think any of those John Green books are gonna have a page 343. So we're gonna have to make this work somehow. You know what, I'm just gonna maybe count it as the last page and see what happens. There's no dialogue on that page. There's dialogue on this page. The first lines, me, Horrocks, I, myself, say to Cassie in our wedding while our tire leans up against her leg. I say to her, I hold her hands, I look her in the eyes and I say, I'm gonna get a cell and I'll call you. Next, we are looking for the location of our honeymoon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is really cool. I was hoping one of these books would get in this video because this series is absolutely slept on. I've never seen any of the booktubers that I watch do a review on this series. I've never seen them on their shelves or anything. This one is The Iron Daughter and it's by Julie Kagawa, and it's just absolutely beautiful and fantasy, and my honeymoon's gonna be somewhere in here. Unseelie. Okay, so I think we're at the Unseelie Court. The Unseelie Court, so there's the Seelie, I think, which is like the good fairies, and then there's the Unseelie, which are the bad fairies and the bad guys. And so I believe that we are honeymooning in the Unseelie Court, but it's a fairyland, so you can't really complain about a honeymoon in a fairyland. Cassie and I are having a child. So the next coordinate is going to be our child's name. Crap. There's not 26 books on that shelf. Since we've already done the last book on shelf number 4, we're actually gonna count all the way up and then start going up the side of shelf number 3. Cassie and I are getting our first child's name out of A Gathering of Shadows by V.E. Schwab, page 2. That literally started on page 12. Lila! I actually have that on my list of girls' names for my real child's name, so that's really friggin' cool. Next, Claire and I are going to be buying Lila a pet, and it's going to be the first creature that we see. So now we have another one of my favorite series. A Court of Wings and Ruin. This is not the first book. The first book is A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I highly recommend picking up, page 126. Goals. We are getting her a seagull. Yeah. Thought I would just remind you exactly what we're getting our daughter. Now we are sending Lila off to school. And the next coordinates will lead us to the name of that school. We're gonna go to shelf 3, book 25. Wow, you guys are getting spoiled with these series. Holy crap. This one is not a series, but this is one of the books. The other book is Graceling that I have by this author, Kristen Kishore. 436. So this is actually one where I use the words on the page to create an academy of sorts or whatever the heck for my daughter Lila. Candle, trap, captains, soldiers, king, leading. Yeah, I like the end of this page. The Promised Sword Academy, right? Like you promised my daughter would come out of... Okay, whatever. So the Promised Sword Academy. Now that I am so bored living in Westfall administering simulation transmitters, I apparently need to start a YouTube channel because I obviously don't understand the point of witness protection programs. Shelf number 4. Book number 22, which I think there are 22 books on here. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22!
Yay, I haven't read this one yet. This is the 3rd book in the Outlander series, which incidentally means the next book that I will be reading in the series after Verity. Page number 18, that's good because we're not getting too far into the book. Well, the first few words are the foot traffic, and I'm really glad it wasn't a spoiler. The foot is the main topic of my YouTube channel, which elaborated upon, of course I will. The foot is a YouTube channel where I show you how to care for your foot. That didn't work out how I wanted it to. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna get some tea now. All right, so that was what that was. My YouTube channel is about caring for your feet. You know, like painting nails, clipping them, rubbing it with that like hard rock thing to get all the calluses off, and like lotioning it, and you know, all that kind of stuff. Oh, and a special segment is obviously all of the different kind of socks you can have. Next is my, so I guess it's not called The Foot because next is my channel's name. Shelf number 4 and book number 3. First of all, Christine, I hope you know that you were just on shelf number 4 and I did not plan this. This is Christine Riccio. She's the person that made me fall in love with reading, and I got most of these book recommendations from her, and she's just like, seriously, I look at her as one of my friends, which is really probably pathetic. Page number 8. I'm gonna use the words on this page to find the name of my YouTube channel. My channel name is going to be Conveyor of Different Hurdles. I don't know. I did my best there. It's the hurdles of, you know, my feet hurt and I need to know how to take care of them. Help us. Horrocks, please. Yeah, I don't know. It's 11111. The first dialogue that I see is going to be my intro to my YouTube videos. All right, so here it goes. It goes,
The conveyor of different hurdles about feet.
just wait for PE, Jackson. I have now become so well known with my YouTube channel. I'm writing a book. The next coordinates will be leading me to the name of my book. I'm just gonna say The Secret to Protect is the name of my book, and it's the secret of how to protect your feet. Yep. Hey guys, how goes it? It was this part in editing that I realized that the rest of my video is just non-existent. I have no idea where it went, and that kind of sucks. I went onto Instagram and I was just kind of like, hey guys, I need some motivation. I need some feel-good stuff because I was so excited for this video and so proud of it up until this point, and now like there's no ending. But because of the amount of positive, like, you got this girl and all that kind of stuff, I thought that I could try to salvage it. I figured I could at least read the story so that everyone who gave me coordinates can at least see what they built for me and my cool story. So I'm just gonna read that off for you guys right now. I murdered somebody and I have to join the witness protection program. The first coordinate gave me the name Horrocks. I then moved to Westfall Keep, where I decide to administer simulation transmitters. I fall in love with my wonderful coworker Cassie, who I get to go on a date with me by saying, I'm not on the pill. After a couple of dates with Cassie, I decide I really want to tie the knot with her, but I'm a little short on money, so I propose with a tire. And the first words of my wedding vows are, I'm going to get a cell and I'll call you. We end up honeymooning in the Unseelie Court, and there somehow conceived a lovely daughter, Lila, who we decide to buy a seagull for a pet because she really wanted a dog, and obviously seagulls are pretty close to dogs. And then we send her to the Promised Sword Academy because we want her to be a good fighter. Without Lila, you know, she's at her boarding school, Cassie's got her thing going. I decide that I'm gonna start a YouTube channel about feet and how to take care of feet. And then I name it Conveyor of Different Hurdles, where I open every single video with the words, just wait until PE, Jackson. Maybe I should say this, like, just wait until PE, Jackson. No, it just still doesn't sound good. My YouTube channel hits it off super well. People really like my foot care tips, so I decided to write a book called The Secret to Protect. Clearly, secrets, you know, how to take care of your feet. It's a pretty big one. And I started off by saying, you love me, real or not real. Which, if you ask me, I would pick up that book and I would definitely start reading it. However, I would probably get pretty disappointed pretty fast if it was about foot care. Since my book and my channel became so famous, the person I had been hiding from in the witness protection program finds me and kills me. And that coordinate led us to Sir Cadogan, which I think was from a Harry Potter book. And Sir Cadogan kills me by headbutting me to death. And then they put one single simple word on my tombstone, and it is the word no. And I'm really sorry that the rest of the video just didn't happen, but I also did want to throw a big thanks out to the people who were like, get back on your feet, it's okay, you got this, girl. And I'm hoping that it turns out okay. Thank you to all the people who stayed this long to see this train wreck of an ending, and I will see you guys next time.